I'm McCauley. I'm a Pray It Off. I'm in Syracuse, New York, and we're talking this section about aging well, about being healthy, and being healthy as we age, no matter how old you are. And any change begins with hope. If you don't have hope that you can make a change, that you can do a healthy lifestyle, then you're already behind the 8 ball. And then that hope turns to a belief. Because if you hope, and then there's some evidence, oh, I lost 1 pound this week, ooh, I'm moving a little more and I didn't drop dead, ooh, that's good. Then you start believing that it's a possibility. And once you believe it's a possibility, then it becomes a reality, okay? So many of us are hardwired for fear and negativity. The negative Nellies, the negative Neds. The glass is always, it's not only half empty, it is broken and shattered on the floor. That's what they think of that glass. And what I love is the last sentence in paragraph 1, and I'm going to just start where it says, I believe in the power of the resurrection of Jesus Christ to change the most ingrained hardwiring of fear and negativity. I want everyone to say that with me right now. I believe in the power of the resurrection of Jesus Christ to change the most ingrained hardwiring for fear and negativity. We will never change unless God helps us. Never, ever. I was in every weight loss group in the universe. You name it, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, tops, I was the queen. Weight Watchers, everyone knew my name. It wasn't until I started Pray It Off and stuck with it for 17 years. Because God is the pilot of Pray It Off. He gives me a supernatural kick in the pants every week and says, this is what you're going to talk about, Ellen, and they're going to like it because they need to hear it. Also, what I hope happens every time you leave here is that you get a fresh wind of hope. You don't come in here having gained 10 pounds over the summer and I kick you out. I have never kicked anyone out. As a matter of fact, if you don't go to a Weight Watchers meeting, no one cares, except for the money. But if you don't come here and you don't text me or you don't email me, I'm on that phone going, where are you? What are you doing? Oh, no, you will not quit. I was in the bathroom at work once and someone said, yeah, I'm going to quit. I'm like, no, you're not. You're coming back. I'll see you Thursday. She's still in the group. You know who you are. Also, we need, I love this, most of the people who have successfully lost large amounts of weight and kept it off. Mary's kept off 145 pounds. Jean has kept off 50 pounds. I could go on and on and on. Are people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Mary, did you ever have sessions where you did bad and gained weight?
Oh, plenty, yes.
Did you quit?
No.
No. I haven't quit. We do not quit. As long as I am alive, I will have hope. I had the privilege on 9/11 to read some of the names of those that had died on 9/11. And as I read the names, when it got to the names where it said their name and their unborn child, I could barely control my voice, thinking that not only did they die, but their unborn child died as well. They would give anything to be in the basement of Holy Family Church having to lose a few pounds. Wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? So how dare we feel sorry for ourselves because we can't eat ice cream every day? It is what it is. We can do the best we can. So hope means that we are alive and God is blessing us. And I'm going to go right into lost all hope of weight loss. So many people just don't think they're ever going to do it. You know, I've had this same goal since forever, really. I've wanted to weigh 168. The closest I ever came at Pray It Off was 182, and I gained some weight back, yeah. And then in 1982, for 5 minutes, I got down to 176. I actually wore this Calvin Klein suit that I never got rid of. So one of these days when you see me sashaying in here with that Calvin Klein suit in, you might say, isn't that from the 80s? I'll say, you bet your butt it is. So, and here it is. The reason we don't have a lot of hope to lose weight is so many of these habits are ingrained when we're young. Last Friday I substitute taught, and I was at a school. I was very impressed with this school. They were I'm going to go there as often as I can. I can't mention the name on the video, but they had their act together. And I like it because they have two teachers in a room. One teacher backs up the other teacher. So I was one of the teachers in the room. And they get their breakfast and lunch provided. And at breakfast, they all got an apple. Now, what I like about this teacher is no one throws food away, which I've gone to other schools where they throw it away. And I'm like, what? Don't throw food away. I mean, brand new things in packages. So anything they don't want, they put on a table. So at the end of breakfast, the only thing on that table were the apples. And at the end of lunch, joining the apples was the nectarines. Everyone ate their chips. Everyone ate their juice box. Everyone ate their sandwich. And then this one student went up to the teacher, and I'm sure it was the first week of school. She says she was she was a new American, and she says, "What are you going to do with those apples and nectarines?" And the teacher says, "Well, do you want them?" She goes, "I'd like to give them to my family." So she put all the apples and all the nectarines in her backpack to take them home, and it brought tears to my eyes. And you know, that is when it's learned. They didn't eat the apple. They didn't eat the nectarines. Why don't we look at those and say, oh, chips, nectarine, oh, the nectarine's so sweet and juicy. I don't want the chips. We always pick the chips. We're hardwired to pick the chips. And no one says, remember I said no one says on their bucket list that they want to live in a nursing home, right? Well, no one says on their bucket list that they want to be fat. Ooh, I want to be fat. Ooh, I'm going to eat like a pig and I'm going to be fat, fat, fat. I just want to roll out that door. No one says that. So the thing is, we need to, as the older we get and we seem to lose hope, find the reasons why it is so important for us to be healthy. It shouldn't be hard to find those reasons. Your family, your grandchildren, your children, just going to church, helping other people. And I have another funny story from going to substitute teach. One kid really liked me, and he kind of shadowed me, and he was with me most of the day. And so in the afternoon, he points to my stomach and he says to me, "You got a baby in there?" So later on, I said to Bob, I was torn. I didn't know if I should be upset that he thought I was fat or thrilled that he thought I was young enough to have a baby. So I really tried to look on the bright side. Yeah, maybe I do got a baby in there. Right? So, and he didn't mean a thing by it. I go, well, not today, I don't. That's what I said to him, not today, I don't. But I've been fighting the weight loss battle for my whole life. If you can't have a sense of humor, do you think I went home and cried because some kid said you got a baby in there? I thought it was hysterical. You know, you got to have your hope that you will get healthy. Giving up is no solution at all. No one gives up and goes home and starts dropping down and doing sit-ups. You give up, you lay on the couch and feel sorry for yourself. Also, you have to start with a good, honest look at yourself. Are we honest? And next week's meeting's all gonna be about being honest. Because I could go around, I know most of you for many years, I could go honest, not honest, honest, not honest, not honest, not honest. I could go trying, not trying, trying, not trying. I could, and guess what? I'd be 100% right. All right? And then the thing is, when we're feeling no hope and we're feeling despair, we get depressed. Life can be depressing. To be fat and depressed is double whammy. Before I started Pray It Off in 2007, I didn't want to leave the house. I was so depressed. And Father Pryor, I've told this story, came to my house. Why aren't you at church? Because he knew, where were you? Ellen, where are you? I mean, I'm one of those people kind of miss if I'm not in my usual seat. And I said, I'm so depressed, I'm so fat. And he goes, well, what can you do about it, you know? And he goes, why don't you ask God to help you? Like, that's a novel idea, you know? So I'm like, okay, Father, I'll ask God to help me, all right. So I did, you know, I cried and said, I don't want to be fat. And I was way over 300. I mean, I was obese. And then he whispered in my ear, why don't you start a weight loss group at Holy Family? And I laughed. I'm like, ha, 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 me, I'm fat, starting a weight loss group. It's the only thing that ever helped with my depression. I didn't have time to be depressed. I was helping people. I was doing things. I was so busy. And then as I lost the weight, as I got more involved, as I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life here, that depression just went away. Jesus took it at the foot of the cross, and he took. Now, there's been times over the years where I've had situational depression. You know, somebody dies, my mother dies. But that gnawing depression, he took. And only Jesus can take that. And we need to make a choice to change because he's there wanting to help us. We need to say that it's okay to feel hopeless. It's okay to be depressed. And we need to deal with that. We need to take it and say, I want to make a conscious choice to change. The only thing we should be worried about when we're hopeless and depressed is feeling better. You know, I'm not going to say to you, if you do not lose 2 pounds a week, you're a failure. If you came in and said to me, you know, Elena, I'm not doing that well on the scale, but I feel this hopelessness lifting from me. I turn my eyes to heaven and say, praise you, Jesus Christ, King of endless glory. Isn't that the best? That's what's so important. And a lot of people have very difficult situations that they're dealing with. Home lives, family lives, situational things. But I always say, you can only control this. And sometimes when this is so crazy, dealing with this makes you feel like, okay, I don't have control over that, but I can control what I eat. I can control what I do. And now that's where a lot of anorexia and bulimia and things of that nature come in, because people feel out of control and they over-control. I never, ever want anyone to get to that type of situation. And this whole thing about being healthy, it's a process. We need to take baby steps. One of our favorite movies, What About Bob? Baby steps, baby steps. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it. If you need to feel good, listen to disco. No one can listen to disco and feel bad. If you can, if you also feel bad, call me up. I will take your side every time. I will tell you how wonderful you are. I mean it. Call me. Because we need to eliminate the self-hate. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby.